it sounds like a self-fulfilling prophecy when attorneys talk about, you need a million different LLCs for a million different reasons, and we get money off of each LLC we form. But here's the thing: we provide advice from the least protective to the most protective and everywhere in between. So it's up to you to decide what your appetite for risk is, what you feel comfortable exposing. But if you are faced with the decision of, potentially losing everything or, protecting it as best you can as you grow it, which would you choose? I would think that understanding, the cost benefit analysis, a few $1,000s here or there to protect assets worth tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars would be worth it. But that's your call. That's completely up to you. And just because we understand the risk that you run by putting too many eggs in one basket doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to understand that until a problem comes. So, going back to our individual that loaned a vehicle to somebody, again, this is not, a parent signing off on a minor's driving saying, go forth and conquer, young 16-year-old, and I'm at risk for whatever you do. This is a professional, an owner of a business, handing off a very high profile, expensive vehicle to another professional that carries commercial insurance, that carries protection on their business. And now he's upfront primarily liable for when he was not driving. This is hard for a lot of people to conceive of. This is why we talk about make sure that you have as much insurance as possible. Make sure you have an umbrella policy. But at the end of the day, someone died in this situation. I don't know that there's going to be any coverage to cover that in full. And especially when they find out who this individual is that owned the vehicle. You do a quick asset search on him and he's going to come up in the several millions of dollars. Again, I know that a lot of people are not going to feel bad for this individual, but I think they should. Just because you have money and you worked really hard to get it and you worked your entire lifetime does not mean that you should simply have to pay for someone else's negligence. Absolutely not. I'm not going to get political, liberal, conservative, whatever else you want, but I just don't think that that's right. And maybe that's me. I'm an asset protection attorney, but at the end of the day, is it right or correct or moral that you risk everything for someone else's, wrongdoing? So I'm sure we'll have fun in the comments with this one, and I will respond to as many as I can. But at this point, we could have done a lot of protection here if given the chance.